All right, guys, let's react, rank, rate the PC gaming show live stream of the Summer of Gaming 2022. I'm about 2 minutes behind, so it's perfect live. Yes, let's make sure it's on the good settings. Coming off the back of the Bethesda show, which was, and then it was, and it was, so watch the video for that one. If you haven't seen already, I've done a reaction to that.
Welcome to the PC Gaming Show 2022.
This is too low.
I'm Day 9 still, one of your hosts, joined
What's up,
again
Sean?
by the amazing Mika Burton.
Hi.
What's
While
up, Mika?
we may look like elaborate Unreal
You guys,
Engine
Sam.
renders, we are here in the flesh, as is the
PC Gaming
hardware,
Show
bringing you the best and brightest in the world of
You
PC
got some good
gaming.
background
Over the
music.
next 2 hours, we are going to showcase a metric ton of killer
Oh,
upcoming
he said
PC games,
Misha.
through world premieres, exclusive interviews, and a few surprises
said
along
Mika.
the way.
Is it Mika
and
or
you,
Misha?
the folks at home, might even be able to win yourself a fancy computer if you play your cards right.
And now you may remember the last time you saw me on this show, things ended quite literally explosively.
Yeah.
There was a robot
I remember
who
you
tried
died.
to destroy the human race,
Didn't he
electrocuted
die?
me. I think I died.
Definitely died.
died.
Either way, I'm not really sure. It was standard robot apocalyptic stuff.
Call of Duty
This
respawned.
minus the overbearing anime dad of existential crises.
Yeah, well, actually, what happened to DevBot anyway? Wasn't he supposed to come back for this
He
show
died.
for
Yeah.
like Revenge of the DevBot?
No, he died.
Well, he's dead.
Oh.
We melted him down to try to make our own graphics cards.
that
since they're still
IGN
hard
logo
to
a
find,
problem?
and I would say
Do I have
he's
a
in a
different
better
feed?
place. But I played Cyberpunk 2077, and he's not.
I'm gonna pause and check.
That's pretty dark for the start of the show.
Or nostalgia.
I'm gonna pause and check.
But not
All right, it's transformative. It's okay. It looks like we have to use their feed. That's fine. That's fine. Let's use their feed.
none of that matters because the show actually took place in a parallel reality.
All right, so you're telling me there's actually a multiverse?
According to the writers who
kinda
told me
doing
this
a-
5 minutes before we went live, I am saying there's a multiverse.
All right.
We're now apparently
Kinda
on
do one in
Earth
Game of Thrones things or
3,
something.
which
Ooh.
is not to be confused with E3 because this show is still
It's not
happening.
E3.
Oh, and we are so thrilled
Wow,
to be
that was
back
cold.
as a part of this weekend full of celebrations of gaming by putting the spotlight on something near and dear to our hearts. PC gaming.
And so, without any further ado, it's time for my favorite part.
Rated and
Oh.
mature.
My favorite part was dancing to stuff. Why is the volume so low?
You're not a monster. In the beginning, the world
look at
was
Max.
subjugated by chaos.
Is that what was Final Fantasy then with the Buster Sword?
Endless droves of
That's not
horror
square.
trespassed into the world,
Looks like a Buster Sword, though, no?
and so came the sword
From the cloud. Stole Cloud's Buster Sword.
Something's coming.
Between death and transcendence, a chimera chooses death.
Show us what you've got!
Now the game's picked up.
We have a whole new world to forge.
May the judge
Oh.
have mercy on your souls.
PC gaming show starting right away with anime.
You are here with
Xbox show was lacking anime at first, and then they got the biggest anime they could get.
Together. We're not going down.
Whoa.
They wanted yet another monster. They shall have one.
You must resist it!
Solist. Is it Solist or Solstice? Solstice? Solist? Solist. Solstice. Solista. Solista? Solstice? Solisti. Solist. And then it goes PlayStation and Xbox out on the cover. PC gaming show, what are you doing? Well, this is a early PC demo, I guess. It's weird with the PC gaming show. I suppose it's about how much world premieres that they have, because there's not much things that are PC exclusive unless the studio is an indie studio and they can't like afford to like pay for the certification, that process that you have to go through, that's like a X Factor or something. You have to go through like 15 different stages of competition just to get your game put on anything officially, especially if it's like anything that begins with an N and ends with an O as far as the platform publisher is concerned. They don't know when it's coming out apparently. Wow. 2020 something. Tactical, okay, I'm about that life. Breach, okay, I'm about that life. Wizards, it's my Mars place. Gunpoint, that's a good old game. Wow, you're shooting police. All them police are bent. Now you're popping police and SWAT. 4C. Oh, the order of who's gonna do what. Wow. That shows you you're gonna die if you do that strategy. Okay. Multi-billion-dollar private military public transport is surprisingly hard. Surprisingly. I want some voice acting, man. I want some voice. You're killing my my vibe of this cool game, cool looking game. I want some voice. Voice. So you can like shoot dudes through windows and voids. Okay. Get some new allies that can portal through windows because they're wizards. Okay. Someone sort of World War 5. I like someone gives it. Oh man, it's too quick. We're supposed to read that. It's too quick. Whoa, that was cool. Tactical Breach Wizards is literally called that. That was the name. Tactical Breach Wizards. They were like, what should we call it? It's got tactics, it's got wizards, and you breach thing.
You just
Tactical Breach Wizards. Easy.
Turn-based game of sorcery
That's
and
how you
SWAT
name a
team
game right
strategy
there.
From the
You know?
makers of Gunpoint
Easy.
and Heat Signature.
Easy.
My strategy, personally, is very simple. Breach, bang, clear, magic missile, dramatic flourish, abra,
The breach
cadaver.
bang bit sounded a bit wrong, but
Get it?
we get what she's saying.
Cadaver, dead body. Next, we have a solution to the age-old
Leave
problem
the jokes
of
to
not
me,
having time
Misha.
to read and
Huh?
play video games. Just
Was it-
do
sorry,
both
Mika.
at the same
Leave the
time,
jokes to me,
obviously.
yeah.
Star Wars Industries has you covered with their
Jeez.
sci-fi thriller inspired by Stanislaw Lem's novel, The Invincible.
I should
So
put
here's
my
your
logo
first
over
look
that
at the
IGN one.
first ever gameplay
This is
footage.
transformative. This is transformative, damn it. Anyway, video courtesy of IGN, okay? PC Gaming Show World Premiere is presented in association with PC Gamer and IGN.
What have you
Because it's
done?
like the only feed I could have used GameSpot, I suppose.
Where are you taking me?
You came here yourself. So
Oh,
what are you
turn it up again.
expecting, huh?
You've set up a field camp down there.
Volume levels are a little
So
bit
I
funky on the
didn't
PC
expect
Game
you
Show
to have a
server.
second one here.
Kind of up and down.
And don't you dare move.
A lot more inconsistent than the Xbox one.
You're not gonna like this part.
The Invincible. Studio Industries 11 Dishes presents first gameplay showcase of The Invincible. I never heard of this one. Early beta in-game footage. This looks VR friendly almost. Search the convoy's area. Right, we're riding solo. Okay. Okay. Getting out of our vehicle here.
The radiation level is
Some
growing
Xbox
rapidly.
controls on the
It's
screen.
starting to get interesting.
I'll pretend I didn't hear
Which is
that,
obviously
Doctor.
because it's PC gaming show, you want to see controller prompts on the screen. I mean, I don't mind, I am controller leaned, but just saying, it's going to be another one that finishes off and it's going to be like, also for Xbox and PlayStation 5. Which, you know, is not a problem. I mean, just saying. It's kind of funny as all that PC game show is always like everything's on every platform. If there's some frame rate drops in the gameplay here, I suppose it is beta. But still, there's nothing on the screen yet,
I
is there?
located the mobile antimatter cannon.
Another one.
So is this like
How
a
many of those did they...
narrative,
Is it active?
Dead.
like walking sim, or is it actual?
I admire your composure.
I don't know.
Wait, someone's here.
That indicator. How are they telling where? Oh, by the way,
Astrogator.
move me a second. You
They're
can
dead.
see that the mouthpiece
So
is there
you
on the
found someone.
helmet. But you don't want me doing
Such
that.
unpleasant discoveries are indispensable to the mission.
I didn't let that
lesson of
thought
life.
get to me. I was counting on this meeting very much. At worst, it could have been another abandoned place,
Overexposed.
but not this.
But what exactly?
That's a good question.
New arrival.
I'm getting into the
Netflix
recorder.
intimacy. That sounds dodgy. That don't sound like something I'd watch. Stranger Things season 4 thus far, though, guys. Especially if you understand the references.
What do we have
Yeah.
here?
Nightmare on Elm Street going on, I'd say.
Uh-huh.
Comic.
They made their way through with a beam of antimatter.
How subtle.
I don't know what this is, though.
Did
It's
you locate this passage?
like a narrative sim.
I'm looking at it now.
It's getting a lot of playtime, this particular game.
Several meters in diameter and several dozen meters long.
We've got some gameplay. Like gameplay, or we're just walking around and looking at things. How's she going out? What happened?
Yasna, do you hear me?
Yes,
Someone hit her?
my head feels like it's bursting from pressure.
Can you continue?
Yes,
This one's a little bit
I'm better now.
walking sim to me at the moment. Might be an interesting story when you're in the mood for it, but
there's nothing here that I haven't seen before. There are a lot of metal bushes that
least
were
it's
near our
voiced.
camp.
when you're in the mood for it, I'm sure it'd be cool.
The lower parts of
Right
the
now, I'm
bushes
still coming
are,
off the back of
how to
that
put it,
Starfield
Fruitless.
gameplay, dude.
They came to pick the
I want to get my hands on that. I wonder who I have to beat up, main, sleep with, or all the above to get like some
This
early
robot
gameplay of
looks like it has
Starfield.
started its task and got stuck.
I mean,
What task?
you know,
This is
Still
one
gotta
of the
be a woman,
robots
obviously, but
carrying
you know what I'm
containers
saying.
with research
I
material.
love that. I
It
do
took
some
the
stuff for that
container,
game,
but never left that place.
especially if the planets aren't all
Well, it
just
goes
like
in
dead
circles
planets and
using
that.
the same path.
The planets, like 1,000 planets. Like, is it actually going to be planets
The
that there's
robot's gone,
legitimately real gameplay reasons and
You
things to
must
do
have
on there?
broken his loop.
but I didn't.
I wonder
Must have done
how much
something.
depth it's going to have.
Never mind. Follow it.
So this is the story at the moment, which is fine, but like, it feels like a walking sim, right? Am I being unfair?
Fuck! It's
Oh.
getting up!
What, a robot?
My monetization!
That.
Come on, Yasna. Run.
I can't swear. That's the man swearing.
Yasna, are you alive?
Yes, it's fucked up the robot.
Oh my gosh.
What's it doing now?
Lamridge lady, you're about to get me fucked up.
Take care of our people, Novik.
I'm intrigued. It's on all platforms, by the way. Again.
It's
I'm
time to take
intrigued,
a
but
pit stop
looks a bit
at the nearest
walkie sim as well.
dungeon to prove
I
that
just wanna watch
chivalry isn't dead. And if you think I emphasize those words weirdly, you're right. And it'll all make sense momentarily when you see these next 4 games.
Sean's been on the
Especially
sauce again,
when
eh?
you hear from our friends at Tripwire Interactive. Roll that beautiful footage.
Yeah, Tripwire is good people. So right, they make some good shiz.
You? Nah. You don't have what it takes. You'll be back here too scared to try again. Cause the dungeon will turn you into lunch meat.
Dungeon, Endless
Unless
Dungeon
you're way
2?
tougher
No,
than you
they did
look.
Endless Dungeon 2 already, didn't they?
We got the guns.
It's not the same place, same
the
studios or anything.
turrets, the upgrades. But what you really
Teeth
need
as well, apparently.
is guts and skills. Grab your posse and say your prayers.
Endless Dungeon, I am right. Endless Dungeon 3.
Be the
I was
first
right.
to play,
Is it 2? Didn't 2 come out already?
to die, to give your feedback.
Oh, it's early access or beta. I wonder.
Do you have what it takes?
I do wonder, yeah. If you play a game in beta and you're a male, does that make you a beta male? Just saying. Actually, was there never an Endless Dungeon in? Am I confusing it? I thought Endless Dungeon was a thing already. This is the manager, Formula One manager thing. It looks really impressive if you're into management and Formula One.
Welcome to F1 Manager 2022, the ultimate F1 simulation.
It really does look like the
Putting you in the
ultimate.
position of team principal at one of the 10 current F1 teams, battling it out.
Only
for a
problem is
chance
it's
to
on
be
this,
the next
I
world
saw this on
champion.
another show already as
Choose
well.
your team and drive every decision that
Oh, it's
leads
got the
to
actual,
you making your mark on
players
the
and
grid,
stuff.
and hopefully the podium.
Actual races, so.
Winning championships depends on your ability to make the right calls on and off the track. During races, you'll mastermind strategy, plan tyre stints for each driver, and make changes on the fly when necessary. Issue driver callouts, such as instructing them to attack or defend, manage their tyre wear and battery
Oh,
usage,
I've gone super
or even
quiet,
to avoid
even though it's not
battling a
really my
teammate.
thing, but
All while reacting to
I'm
dynamic
interested in
events
the,
like race incidents and fluctuating weather.
accuracy of it. I'm looking at the whole thing.
Between race
and taking
weekends,
it
you'll
in for some
control
reason.
every detail of your team.
This is a
from
good
your
time to go toilet if
state-of-the-art
you're not into this kind of
headquarters.
thing, though, of course.
Hire best-in-class staff to work across your
I guess I'm
aerodynamics
just,
and engineering teams.
there's a
and
thought in
put
my
them to
head
the
that was-
task to develop your car
that's
and
gone
prepare
now.
new parts for upcoming races.
What was it? Oh, I was going to
Optimize
say,
your finances to keep the board
what's impressive
happy,
about this is
improve and maintain
simulation,
your facilities,
especially the
and
older
scout
simulation
talent from
games,
F2 and F3
is you would have
to
like
try and ensure
the
future
actual
success.
racing part or the
They say
actual
knowledge is
sport
power,
part
and keeping a close
would be
eye on a
really
plethora of
like not
realistic
great
data
looking
will
compared
help
to the
give you
actual,
the edge.
you know,
From the
especially
finer
for our class
details
these
of
as
how car
database
parts
games.
affect overall performance, to
But
a truck's expected
the
grip
racing
level,
part,
to the
the
condition of your
racing
wind
watch
tunnel.
watch
How
and
you
racing
analyze
part
the
looks
data
cool in
and
this as
choose
well.
to spend your resources
high
will
quality.
make or break your progress. You'll find depth and
You
detail
see,
and
doesn't it look really good?
even down to real-world team radio messages.
This
between
could be
drivers
literally
and
by
engineers.
Codemasters, but
Race
management
commentary from
version.
David Croft and Karun Chandok.
You see,
While
got the
broadcast
names
style
in there.
presentation showcases 2022's striking new car design with real trackside and onboard camera.
Who's the developer of this though? It looks very
Sleek management menus and intuitive controls will drive the immersive F1
it looks
fantasy
really
home
like Codemaster
as you plan and
officious
execute
proper.
the perfect strategy
know?
in F1 Manager 2022.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Pre-order the digital version now for early access from
I thought it was
August
gonna say a
25th.
skin then. If it was gonna say pre-order for a skin, I'd be like, what? Yeah.
Hey everyone, after 1 year of Chivalry 2, we've more
Chivalry
than
2.
doubled the size of the game, and now
Steve
we're excited
Pickett,
to
that
bring
is a
even
good
more
name.
knights onto the battlefield. Because today,
Or is it
right now,
Pigot?
Chivalry 2 is out on Steam with crossplay between all platforms. This is our biggest update to the game yet, and it brings players
Is
to
that-
an
is that
all-new
game
desert
out,
theater
or is it
of war,
early
and
access,
best of
actually?
all, brings
I
us
don't know.
horses into Chivalry 2 in mounted combat.
Not
We wanna
horses.
thank
Was there
our
not horses in
community
it
for making
already?
the game the success that it's been so far, and if you haven't played it yet, now is the best time to check out Chivalry 2.
That's
Take
the
a
best
look at
time
our
to
new
adjust your
trailer that
mic.
shows off the new update and its Nosian invasion.
This rebellion is at an end.
So the last game as well, the Formula One Manager, is that Tripwire published as well. This is brutal. Wow. That guy's head was like, I've had enough of this.
Altanosha rises from the south. Throw the dogs back into the desert.
Yeah, so there's not really much to say about this. I mean, I thought they had horses already on this. Well, I've seen this game. It's a fun little kind of PvP game, man. As you can see, it's pretty brutal. Got some interesting ragdoll physics stuff going on. I couldn't tell you 100% what is new in it without actually purposely listening properly, which I'm not, because I'm trying to make sure it's transformative and all that, and deliver some form of reasonable entertainment on top of the entertainment. But I mean, the visuals speak for themselves. You know, you can see what's going on. Wow, the horse did some cool stuff there. It looks fun though, doesn't it? In a decapitating and maiming kind of way. Lots of very, very angry people. So is that like that's an update, not DLC?
Hi everyone, I'm Phil from Sweet Bandits, live from Quebec
Oh
City.
shoot, I just realized I got my
glad to be here today
Xbox
for the
background
PC
stuff.
Gaming show. We'll
Hello.
be showing the first
Let's
trailer for
change
our
it.
game, Deceive Inc. It's a multiplayer competitive spy game where
the
you
colour
get to
for
use
PC game
social
show?
stealth,
Black?
high-tech gadgets, and powerful spy abilities to try and get the upper hand.
Funky music.
We've had the chance of working with
Let's go
Tripwire
black.
Presents on the project, so this is only the beginning. Please follow us on social
PC
media
gaming
at
show
Play
should be
Deceiving
black.
to learn more. We'll be releasing the game
And
in
then
early
Capcom will be
2023
maybe
on PC,
blue.
Xbox Series S and X, and PS5.
everywhere.
you so much, and let's
PC
enjoy the
gaming
trailer.
show is AKA on every system ever.
Your mission is simple. Infiltrate
It's
the
really going to be
frozen
how many
core
unique
underwater
games we've seen that we
hotel
haven't seen
and
already.
retrieve the blueprint of a powerful weapon.
And I've watched
As you
most of the
know,
shows,
Steve Inc.'s
barring
company policy
when
is
going
to
for a
deploy
poop all week.
multiple agents to ensure the
So I
mission's
might
success.
think some things I knew that aren't
But only
new.
one will get the
They're not doing
paycheck.
much
Do
world
whatever it takes,
exclusive.
agent, and be careful out there.
Try your best. Let's see if it's enough.
What the hell is that? PvP type of thing?
Ka-ching!
Is this
Oh, come on.
Deathloop Mobile or something? It can't be Deathloop Mobile because this is a PC gaming show, right?
Thought it was secure. In the end, I am victorious.
They're really not gonna make it easy for me.
They said what it was, isn't it? I wasn't listening properly.
Is that it?
Right on target. Outskilled and outgunned.
It can't end like this.
Target acquired. Moving to rendezvous point.
Little makeup
All
gadget
done.
there. It's like no one lives forever.
Really?
We're seeing a little bit of a resurgence of the swinging 70s style, 60s, swinging 60s, I suppose, isn't it?
Complete.
Deceive. Ambush, okay. So I guess he's up versus humans, yeah. Extract. I mean, this is something different, I suppose. Definitely art style wise. Deceive Inc. Okay. Available on PlayStation, Xbox, Switch, and PC. Yep. Yep. Oh, is the only one that's missing is Switch. Yeah.
Let me ask
I was
you
close.
something.
I was
Do you
close.
ever have a reoccurring
I was
dream
close.
that you really wish would come true? I mean, mine personally involves a flight of unicorns and a Valkyrie army on Pegasuses, but you know, yours may be different. But you know, somehow I doubt it. This year, we've partnered with the PC
I think I'm gonna go
builders
get
at
some
iBuyPower
iBuyPower
to bring a
PCs, so I
very
was gonna say.
different dream to
I
life.
noticed it in the background.
My dream PC room.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna
Unfortunately,
get an
there's bad news for
iBuyPower
me. I don't get to keep
game,
it. But very good
gaming
news
dream
for one
PC.
of you. We're going to be giving the entire
'Cause
contents of this room
I have to pay the
away
bills
to a
as well
lucky
on
winner
this.
watching the show. So
I
let's
think I
dive in
might-
and see what's up for grabs.
I might get
The beating heart of any PC
iBuyPower,
gaming
guys.
dream room is,
I
of
buy a
course,
PC.
the rig. So
I need some
let's
more
start
LED.
there. As you can see, the
Need
mad
more
geniuses
LED.
at iBuyPower have built an absolute
Yeah.
doozy. The first thing you'll
They've got
notice
numbers
is
in
that
there.
height Y60 case with its wraparound
Okay, so this
tempered
would be a
glass
good time to
panels.
kind of like warm up
This
my
thing
dinner,
is built
maybe.
from the ground up to display the
But then again, I will
sickest
get
PC
quite
tech you
messy
can
with my dinner.
squeeze into a desktop machine.
It's the
And
Chinese
let's
guys.
face it, if you've managed to back
Not
a serious
Chinese
graphics
guys,
card
the
in
food
these
is Chinese.
dry
Take away.
times, you owe it to the
I'm
Silicon
quite
Gods
hungry.
to show it off properly.
I have to throw something in the
Okay,
oven
case
afterwards as
and
well because I
lighting
kind of
looks
skipped lunch today.
But for this to be a true dream PC,
I did have
we
breakfast,
need
didn't
more
I?
than
I had
just
breakfast.
state-of-the-art
Yeah.
drip. Luckily, the
And I meant to
substance
film
matches
some
the
stuff for the
style.
quarry
So let's check out the guts of our dream PC.
today as
And
well.
trust me, there's plenty of power
That's gonna have to be
crammed
after
in.
eating and
The
then I
big
get all these
question, though, is
videos
what
done
pixel
and
pusher iBuyPower has
record.
used,
Well, I got
and
them
you won't
recorded. I got to
be
get them uploaded
disappointed with
after
an
the fact.
overclocked
I
RTX
still got to build some
3090 from
thumbnails
Gigabyte,
and stuff. Got a bit of thumbnails
This
for the
24 gigabyte
Bethesda,
monster of a
an
GPU
Xbox
packs the
showcase thing as
cooling
well.
to stay chill and
So
the
they had a
power
good
to smash
Starfield
through anything
picture.
you throw at it.
And then a good YouTube
Graphics
face
card
as
is
well
the
for
rig's
it.
MVP,
Something
but any
along the lines of
superstar needs some dope backup, and the fastest gaming CPU around, the Intel 5.5
Hmm.
gigahertz Core i9,
So much to do.
12900
Might have to
KS
adjust
with
exposure on
32
this
gigabytes
camera and the
of
other one as
DDR5
well.
RAM and 2 terabytes
Figure out
of
what's going on
seriously
with the
fast
stuttering
SSD storage,
when the two
both from
cameras are up.
ADATA, makes up the
And
perfect
I need
support
to
team.
also copy
Ooh, that is a whole
some
lot
of my
of
settings and stuff over
But
to my
Mika, you
other
may greatly
PC so that I
wonder,
can
what about
capture
the peripherals?
PC
Well,
gameplay without any
animal lovers,
stuttering
we got
on
you
this
covered,
machine, unless
'cause
that
the
was the fact that I had two
Eclipse
cameras
wireless
running.
headset
Maybe it
comes
didn't
in plush
stutter.
vegan leather trim with a 30-hour
It's hard to
battery
say.
life and competition grade 2.4
Well,
gigahertz
I think this is like the longest
and you
ad
noisy typers are going to love this
there was
clicky
no
mechanical
ads like this in the
keyboard that comes
Xbox one,
with
which makes sense because
I'm
Xbox
sorry,
wouldn't need
what was
to
that?
advertise
RGB? Well,
to
of
do
course,
these things need
the keyboard
ads.
and
So
mouse
yeah,
both
I
light
suppose.
up like Atlantic
You know
City
what?
on a
It's
Saturday
better than that.
night.
You know what's better than that
And yeah,
mouse?
you can
You know what's
turn it
better than
on
that
so you
mouse
can
lighting up?
actually get some sleep.
This one
You
here.
can find
This
out more
one.
about this gear
This
feature
this
today
red
over at
dragon one.
iBuyPower.com,
This is
but I know
power.
what you
I need to clean
really
it a bit.
wanna know.
Getting a
The
bit
info on
mucky.
how to win this
This is
beastly
the one. You
setup.
can't
So
win
here
this.
are the details.
But if you want
Thanks,
a link
Mika.
for my
Yes,
Amazon,
folks,
I'll
it
hook you up.
couldn't be easier to
It's
enter
better
our
than the
Dream
iPower
PC
one.
giveaway.
See?
For your chance, just
Look at
head
that.
over to pcgamer.com
Look at that.
/DreamPC and follow the simple instructions.
Look at all those
There
colours. It's
you'll
like
find a
Pride, but
complete
not.
breakdown of the prize, which,
Yeah?
don't worry,
Beautiful.
also comes with some very swish monitors as well as the eligibility rules. Good luck, gamers.
That is right. Just head over to PC.
Okay, we're gonna get some games now. Ads is cool. Oh wait, I can push forward. What am I doing? I'm behind. I can push forward.
From Kepler Interactive and A44 Games comes Flintlock: The Siege
All right.
of Dawn.
If we get
an
another
action
ad, I'm
RPG
pushing
from
forward.
the
I'm
team
silly.
behind Ashen,
I'm silly.
where gods and guns
I've got like
collide.
2 minutes. We got 2 minutes here. I could have pushed forward. I could have saved 2 minutes of lost watch time. Oh man, what am I doing? Kepler, we saw them earlier. It's the same game again. It's the same game from the Microsoft conference.
They unleashed a pestilence on our world. No one yet knows if
But I
you
think
can
this is
kill a
different.
god.
Yeah, no, it's the same one.
Intend to
It's the same footage, dude. Oh, come on. Same as the Microsoft. Man, should I forward this? You guys see this in the Microsoft thingy, man. I'm pushing forward. It's exactly the same footage. Oh, I'll leave it. Just in case. It looks cool, by the way, though, this game. I thought this looked cool. This was, Flint thing, I think it was. Wasn't it Flint lock or something? Flint trap? Flint smash or something like that? Looked kind of cool. I'd mess with it. You got a little pet there. It's like something out of Final Fantasy. So yeah, we've seen a couple of duplicate trailers. Aside from some cool indie games from some big indie publishers and developers, not a great show so far. Kind of a bit meh. But it's early days. We're only wow. We're only 30 minutes in. Okay. It took really long with that other one where it was just you walking around and like nothing happens until like the last minute. There's not really much commentary I can add to this because it's already been shown on the Xbox One. Exact same
PC
trailer.
Gaming Show. I'm Derek Bradley,
yeah.
the CEO of A44 Games and creative director of Flintlock: The Siege of Dawn.
This looks cool, the game though.
Flintlock is set in a world ruled by old gods, and so as humanity, you now have the power of black powder and bombs and flintlock rifles to finally overthrow the gods and take the world back. You'll play as
Wow,
Nord,
sounds like Twitter.
a Blackstream sapper, one of the elite explosives experts of the Coalition forces. Nor herself has a personal vendetta against the gods and will stop at nothing to get her revenge. But you won't be going it alone. Where Nor brings firepower, her fox-like companion Inky brings magic to the battlefield. You will have to master a combination of axe combat and gunplay, while your companion Inky uses his magical powers to disrupt enemies. We can't wait to show you more of Flintlock before it's released next year. Head over to our socials for more info, and don't forget to wishlist now on Steam and Epic Game Store.
Oh, I think I will do that. Actually.
Coming up next, a mysterious new sci-fi game from 11-Bit Studios, the creators of This War of Mine. Hear all about it in our exclusive interview. We'll also show you what's next for Outriders from Square Enix and People Can Fly. Plus, if you look back on high school and think, you know, those 4 years would have been better if I was fighting literal demons, you're definitely going to want to study up on our next world-exclusive independent game inspired by the Persona series. Choke your health potions now because there is so much more PC gaming show coming your way. Before we go, the folks at Compass Data Centers have a little quiz for you. How much higher is 5G's data capacity compared to current 4G network?
I think we're gonna do that. Yeah.
The PC.
Okay. I don't care. Oh my gosh, no.
It's time to talk about The Alters, the brand new game from 11-Bit
Sorry, I probably
Studios.
skipped
The
Sean's
Warsaw-based
great joke
studio
there.
made us cry in this war of mine, make difficult choices in the face of
exposure's
climate
really
apocalypse,
overly high.
in Frostpunk, and battle encroaching corruption in Children of Morta. The Alters sends us to the deepest, darkest reaches of space, in a survival story that is guaranteed to give you an existential crisis, in a good way. This is a really big moment for this year's show. I can't wait. Let's take a look.
So is this exclusive now? When did that turn to automatic? Oh, it wasn't automatic, but world premiere. Finally. Do we have any world premieres before now? You turn on the exposure. It's wacky. Right, some serious pedigree from the studio here. Yes, this hasn't been seen anywhere else yet. Yeah. I don't think so, because if it's world premiere, that means it's obviously not been seen anywhere else. Right, this is looking cool already. Looking very immersive. Interesting walk. The tone's completely changed it. So you're gonna see himself there. He's like a ghost. I was right. Wow. Oh. Okay. I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued. Wishlist. I will wishlist it. I will. I wonder what tone it's gonna be like. Is it a comedy or something? I thought at first it was gonna be quite like a horror. And then I'm like, oh, and actually now maybe it's kind of goofy.
Joining us now to talk about what we just saw
what is
all
it,
the
though?
way
What
from
do
Poland
you do?
is Tomasz Kasilewicz of 11
Big up Poland and
Studios.
Ukraine and all
Welcome to
them
the
places,
PC Gaming
isn't it?
Show, and thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you so much. Hello.
Okay, there is a lot to unpack there. We got
Get in with
clones,
this-
we got
the
this
little-
huge
the Stream
wheel.
Deck
Tell
there.
us, what did
Stream
we
Deck.
just see?
Well,
Steam Deck.
first of all, these guys were not exactly the clones. We saw Jan, our main character,
They all look like
who's
him.
traveling with a group of the Alters, who are the alternative versions of the same person. And they are going through
Right.
this
Different
distant
time
alien
loop.
planet in their mobile base, which was the wheel you saw at the end.
So what's the player's goal as they're progressing through the story?
So you are a space builder stranded on this distant planet, and your goal is to survive and find a way back home. But the thing is, in order to do so, you need to create those alters, as each one of them have different set of skills and character traits. So
Okay.
these are things
Okay.
necessary for your survival
This is
and
very
finding
early.
a way back home.
So from the trailer,
That guy's making me hungry with that
this could be a
cheeseburger.
horror, a thriller, a
Yeah, it looked like a
mystery.
horror
What
at
should
first.
players expect?
Actually, there are bits of everything you mentioned. Like, there is this mystery as we're looking
Definitely
deep into
mystery.
the soul of the character. But what you find there can also be pretty scary.
Okay.
So there are those
Looks really
beats
early,
of
though.
psychological
Since
horror
no gameplay or
and
nothing.
drama. But then on top of it, we have this
Comedy.
quite thick layer of surreality. I mean, how surreal would it be to one day, wake up
Oh, it's got a
next
broken
to
nose, that
a
one I've
little
seen.
different alternative version of your very self?
Now, there's a quote that you shared
Always,
with me earlier, that
yeah,
man
can't remake
cannot
himself.
remake
Oh.
himself without suffering, for he is both the marble and the sculptor. How does this quote relate to the story?
So this quote, it relates directly to the main theme of our game. We as people, we are shaping ourselves every single day with every single decision that we are making. This process, the whole process of becoming who we are, it can be quite painful at times. But in our game, Jan, the main character, he has this unique possibility of not only shaping himself,
gonna say this
but
game could
also
use,
reshaping himself and
more
numerous
footage, though.
times
The same
with
footage
every
over and over
single
again. It's
altar
kinda
that
like-
he is creating.
Do you see this as more of a classic sci-fi story, something like a Ray Bradbury work, or is it something more contemporary?
Well, it is very
It's
classic
contemporary.
sci-fi in a way that we are taking a relatable topic and we are using the sci-fi theme, we are using the sci-fi setting to look at it through the magnifying
Don't show the
lenses.
same footage again now.
But then
Oh,
when
man.
we're choosing the tools, this is a very contemporary game and we're taking
Kinda wish they had
advantage
a
of
second
what video
B-roll already.
games are as a medium. So we're using tools
very
like
early.
systematic design and non-linearity in order to put the players
If
in
I
the
were
middle of the
content in
experience.
this right now,
And in the end, allow
I'll just
them
add it
to
to the wish
create
list
their own stories
and forward the rest
inside
of this
the game.
video
I wanted to ask a little bit about the
to the next
relationship
game,
of
'cause
your
it's kinda
previous
like,
titles to the alters,
you know.
whether there's any narrative or themes or even just influence that those games had on this one.
Well, The Alters is purely 100% our game, 11-bit Studios game,
B-rolls.
and it's created in line with our meaningful entertainment philosophy. So it's a game we hope that it will make you think even after you stop playing it. This War of Mine was this first huge milestone.
That's probably their most
It
famous
paved
one.
the way for all the future titles. And with Frostbite,
Like many
it
people
was
had that
taken
game
to
and
another
played it,
level with the
War of Mine.
strong focus on the emergent narrative. And now with the Alters, we want to follow that path, but we also really want
That
to
same
push the
footage again.
boundaries even further and expand on how we approach meaningful topics inside the design of our games.
Thanks so much
All right.
again to
You done?
Tomasz and the whole team at 11
Great.
Studios for joining us this year.
Okay.
And while I try to find enough Rapidium to make it through day 1 to 8, let's head on over to Mika Burton and keep things rolling like a
Right, here's
massive
Mika.
space
I said
station.
Misha, didn't I?
Thanks, Day9. Honestly, I need to look into getting myself cloned so I can make time to play all of these awesome games we've seen
That wouldn't
so
be a
far.
bad idea.
But I'm also like legitimately worried about
Make
having to
multiple
eventually
content easily
fight
as
my
well.
clone in single hand-to-hand combat when they steal my life, making me wonder if I was the clone all along.
Wow,
Is it really worth
that
it
was deep.
for video games? Yeah, no, it's totally worth it for video games. Anyway, that's a problem for future Mika. Present Mika is much more
Wow.
interested in what you all have been saying about the show so far. So keep letting us know your thoughts
Oh
by
gosh,
using
I
hashtag
don't think I would wanna
PC
look.
Show on all platforms.
It's kind of been a
now,
little
let's
bit,
get back to the real reason all here: cloning. I mean, video games.
It's been a little bit, really? It's just too much footage of the same things that you already seen from other places. And then at the world premiere there was no gameplay. Oh. Is this Outriders? I have to say they're ruining my Starfield high and my Persona high and my Kojima high. They are ruining my high. This was shown already as well. Man, this is just like it's like watching right now. This PC game show is like watching a replay of all of the games that are like could be interesting or you weren't interested in again. That's what it feels like. Look at all of that. Every single platform ever, including Stadia, this game's gonna be on. I should have said hashtag ad. This game's been shown already as well. I think it was on the Xbox one. I think. Is it been? Maybe it's not this one. It's a similar art style though. I like that game if it's not the same game. Very cool art style. I very much like the art in this. Very much, very pleasing art. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Repetition influencers who come to your shop, eh? There's been a few games like this of, you know, it's been a few games like this of late now. There's one that you do plant store owner. I think there's a brewery one. There's another potion one as well. Ah, right. Maybe it is Potion Craft I'm thinking of as well because it's in early access. I see.
Sure. When Tiny Build lets you open your own medieval potion shop, you get hailed as a master alchemist. But when I do it, I get a sternly worded letter from my landlord about how my cauldron violates our lease agreement. Whatever, it's his loss. But more importantly, folks, we promise you the maximum amount of games
You know what, Sean?
humanly possible.
Leave the jokes to me.
Deliver quite
You as well now. Leave the jokes to me, bro. Jeez. Giant mole is on the loose. Now is the perfect time to join over 7 million players. Oh man, what the heck is this mobile game? Most adorable furries that fight to death. Animal Royale Season 4. It's been out for a minute. What the hell? That looks like stock retro backgrounds looks. I do that sometimes. In someone else's car though, because I don't like to pay high insurance rates. sounds a bit copyright. Is this the game? Oh, here's the game. Oh man. Oh man. The other thing looks so much better. The other thing looks so much better. Although it's a card thingy though. It's kind of cool, actually though. Kind of cool. But the video thing looks so much better. I thought that was going to be maybe the game for a second there. 4 arms are better than 2 apparently. Nitro Kid. We ain't gonna get copyright. That's the original. Nice music. That was new, I think. I didn't see a Nitro Kid before.
Before your eyes lies the celestial
I'm still
light.
looking for something to make me still astonished.
Protected
We're not there yet.
great houses.
We're not there yet. I'm still waiting for that moment that makes your nether regions completely full of liquids. This is a cool looking card game though, somewhat. Kind of Asian mythology or something. Okay, I wonder if is this a 4X or just a 4X? It's like a 4X card game. It's interesting. Mahokenshi. Okay, at least they're hitting us with a bunch of games. No ads right now.
Our beautiful home.
As much as I would like to get my iBuy PC, I have to wait till after the show, won't it?
Presently probing the deep sea in a struggle against the yoke of overregulation. These security and defense innovations allow you to shrink any problem down to size. We surge forward, obliterating the enemies of progress, but we refuse to let these victories go to our heads. We are the future. We are.
Oh, that's why. Killing floor. I see. Well, killing floor people
now
excited,
it's
I guess.
time to give you an exclusive briefing on what's next for one of PC gaming's titans of modding, simulation, and scale, Arma 4. Last month, developer Bohemia Interactive kicked things off by releasing Arma Reforger on Steam in early access. This playable prototype will be a foundation for Arma 4.
Arma has a big
With it playable
following.
on Steam now, we have a ton of questions about the future of Arma. I mean, after all, this is the series that helped birth the survival genre through DayZ.
Oh, yeah,
and
ballsy.
also this other little niche genre you may have heard of called Battle Royale. To help us peer into the
Did
future for
Arma
this project,
originate
we've got
that? I
none
guess
other
I
than
thought- I
Bohemia
suppose
Interactive.
so.
Thank you so much for joining us. So as of right now, Arma Reforger has been out for about a month. What is it that you've been learning or seeing from players?
At first, we've learned that players like Reforger a lot and they appreciate the work we've put into it. We also realized they like
Shit
modding
happens
a lot,
every day, as
and
T-shirt
they really
says there, guys.
This as a
For my glasses
key
wearers.
quality of our games.
It's kind of true.
And we are very pleased
Especially
by the
when you're
reactions
taking
of
one.
both our community and the new players who immediately started flooding the internet with videos, playthroughs, and praise of our new technology. So we are very glad.
Me and a friend got like Arma.
So
like
there's no
1,
doubt
2,
players
and
who have been
whatever the other one
longtime
was.
fans
Like
of the
1 and 2.
franchise stepping into
Is it
Arma
N3 as well?
Reforger, and I'm
Plus this
curious,
is for
what were some
4
of the big
or something?
challenges of
And,
rebuilding that specific
the
Arma
thing is-
feel from the ground up in this brand new engine?
Well, it's a
It's
very
kind of a
tricky
very
subject
cool deep
because
simulation,
even
but it's
internally
very
it's an
weird.
ongoing
It's not like a
kind of
game
fight.
game, it's like a weird
So
sandboxy war
I
thing.
myself
It's kind of strange.
very much on the
I
very
don't know.
purist side of things. So no HUD, no save games, no superficial helpers, and this fight can get very intense even in-house.
Yeah, it's
so
meant to be deep
I'm the
simulation.
real Arma purist, and I'm on this for 25 years now, so I will keep fighting, but obviously this is part of the fun. So there's always never-ending battle. I think 2 years ago we really struggled to keep it Arma and even internally preserve our own standards. So do it our own way rather than replicating what's maybe normal in other games, because our goal is not to make the same game as all other games. So
I mean, I think they
our
should
goal is
stick
to remain
to
unique.
their guns, because I mean it's not hurt from software to make hardcore.
Is because it's a little
hardcore
unusual
difficult
compared
games.
to other releases. I mean, for instance, how much content should a player expect if, say, they've been playing Arma 3 for years?
Our goals were, of course, to restart the series from technological standpoint, really make room for some new achievements, utilize the technology which is state of the art, both in terms of how it looks like, how it's controlled, how it can be modded.
It's important to understand it may look as a kind of normal game on the surface, but there's a big system behind it. So just the tool suite is a massive tool suite, never tested by a large public. So it's a premiere of a tool suite, and these tools are being built for nearly 5 years now.
Fair,
so
this
we
is
really
very
need
much
users
PC.
to start using them to keep
have
improving
Arma
and
games ever been on
continue
console?
building it.
There's too
Sorry to
complex for
interrupt,
consoles,
but
aren't
we
they?
have one quick question from the Arma fans. Has Russia's invasion of Ukraine impacted
yeah.
your approach to Arma 4 and Arma Reforger, a game that depicts the Cold War?
Well, yes, because it's extremely close to us. We even live in a way very nearby, so definitely. On the other hand, we started work on this many years ago, so the direction was set before. But we always approach conflicts and armed conflicts with a great level of respect. We're still at the beginning, but we definitely would like to continue in our exploring this serious theme.
Arma, as I see it, has always been a bit more of a anti-war game. It's an entertainment product. That's fair thing to admit.
Has Arma
hand,
always been an anti-war game? I don't think Arma's been a pro-war game, but I don't know if I'd say anti-war.
Spent on it and our ambition to portray
not that I'm criticizing, I'm just saying. I don't think I remember that being a thing.
I would like us to
I've never seen Make Love Not War in an
not
Arma
just
game.
entertaining people, but also educating them.
But yeah,
on the
it'd be
subject.
goofy to
This was
be,
the whole point of starting the cooperation with the International Committee of the Red Cross, and I believe we have great potential, big responsibility in this era,
that was
and
before the war
very
thing, so maybe they have
chance to
I'll take it back.
contribute at least a little bit to
I've been educated.
the good side of things.
This would not be an interview about Arma unless we were asking about modding. I mean, so many amazing games and genres came from Arma mods. So I gotta know what's possible in Reforger that wasn't possible in the past.
Now with this technology, it's possible to create entirely different things, like entirely different games. It has so many variables, but the beauty now is that much more of it is user accessible, unlike the previous games. So people can easily digest how this is constructed in our workbench tools. So unlike previously where it was more hard-coded in the C++ engine, so now they can check the data of every single element of the game and go much deeper than in previous games. So this will be super exciting.
Now, I wanted to ask a little bit about performance, because anyone who's played Arma knows that it can get really challenging to get a good frame rate in those massive multiplayer matches. So I'm curious, what expectations should players have about performance leading into Arma 4?
Arma 3 was built on foundations laid down in times of single core and no GPUs basically. So this time much more computations and intensive rendering things can be done directly on GPU, but it requires completely new approach.
Again, we are in the beginning and we know that there are problems and difficulties, but we are solving them one by one. We are really
I mean, Arma's cool. It's very technically cool in that. It's a little bit
feedback, so we are
heavy sim.
Forward. And
I mean, it is heavy sim. It's kind of hard to figure out what you'd kind of do with it in a way. I think it's something that you're meant to mostly mod and do things with. I don't know. I kind of find those games it's hard to place what you do with it. Is it a game? Is it a sim? Is it both?
We are moving forward.
But it's
Thank you so much again, Bohemia Interactive,
I don't know.
for giving us the inside scoop
it's
on
something
both
that's been
Arma
out already.
Reforger and Arma 4.
Again, so
now,
it's like,
you don't go anywhere because here is what's around the corner.
A month.
Just around the corner in the PC gaming show, prepare to experience terror ranging from the subaqueous to the subconscious with the latest from Shiro Games. Hold on to your butts
Shido, isn't it
front-end
Japanese? It's meant to be
development
Shido,
spent no
not Shiro.
expense on the new Jurassic World Evolution 2 expansion and get your crowbars ready for Half-Life Alyx Levitation, a special project from some very talented modders. Mods. What would PC gaming be without you? While we're here, quick geography question.
No.
Which parts of the world
I
use
don't
the
care.
most bandwidth for gaming?
Probably Korea.
Has a lot more than its
But I don't
medieval
care.
sandbox RPG on the way. Up next, we'll hear what's up with Shiro's slate of projects, and
I bet you it's Shido. Is it Japanese? Is it a Japanese studio? If it's Japanese, it's Shido. And if that's Shido, it might mean white.
Thank you very much for the invitation, Mika.
I know,
I'm
it's
James,
not.
and
It's
I can't
Shiro
wait to
then.
show you everything that we've got prepared for you
It's
today.
Shiro.
So it's been a crazy couple of months for everyone here at Shiro Games, with Doom
Yeah.
Spice Wars marking
It was
the successful
Japanese though.
release
If it was
in the
based
history
on
of the
Japanese,
and it's entirely thanks to all
it
of
should have
you.
been pronounced
But
Shido.
today, let's look at Doom Spice Wars
And I
multiplayer
think,
mode.
if I'm not mistaken,
Up to
Shido,
4
if I'm
players
right,
can go
Japanese would
head-to-head
be
in free-for-all.
white. It's like
2v2,
white games.
all work together in co-op against
This is
AI
pretty
opponents.
racist.
We're introducing new synergy systems between factions that will open a vast number of strategies to help you crush your opponents. Multiplayer will be available in Doom Spice Wars very soon.
Oh, right, they are the Doom Spice Wars
3 million
guys.
units sold, Northgard's story finally continues. In a new chapter set shortly after the events of the first campaign, Ragnarok has decimated the lands of Northgard. Long-standing alliances have been broken.
A new game?
Violence and betrayal now plague the continent.
Man, I need some wingmen, wing women to help
once
me
called
out
home,
here when I
Our
piece
heroes
her
arrive
off
on unknown shores
into
and
my
find
own
themselves
private
confronted by unfamiliar faces
mental
in a dangerous new realm.
place.
This Northgard expansion arrives this winter.
So is this a how long? Oh, Northgard, right? Northgard, yeah, Northgard. I know that game.
And for all of our War Tales players out there,
Yeah, I think that's a
Cooperative
cool
is
game.
finally coming to our open world tactical RPG. You share food, gold, and camp with your friends.
Yeah, okay.
But you can split up to cover more grounds. Before every fight, devise the perfect
I think I've
strategy
got
to
this in
overcome
my
any
wish
threats
list. I
that may
haven't
stand
bought
in
it
your
yet.
way. But be careful in your
I like
approach,
me some
as one wrong
turn-based
move may
tactics.
lead to your group's demise.
Wow,
The
that guy
co-op
got
update will
wrecked.
allow you to play between 2 to 4 players, and it will be available this summer.
Oh, what they do War Tales as well. Oh, right, yeah, okay. Yeah,
So a few
Shira's
months
got
ago, we
some
announced
dope
Shiro
stuff.
Unlimited, a new publishing label created by indies for indies, and we are very proud to announce 2 new titles coming from the Shiro Unlimited family.
And they're growing fast. Nice. Get into publishing and doing an embracer and start buying studios.
Like our last chance to start again, to escape Earth's devastation.
We used our limited resources to lay the foundations of a new life, deep below the
This
waves of
somewhere, I
this
was about to say.
strange new planet.
Along the sea, somewhere waiting for me.
We
And that's the music I need, but it would be copyright, so it's good it's not.
When faced against the darkness of the abyss, we found ourselves helpless.
Lost.
That's not good. Oh, what the hell are those? Abyssals? Colonize, expand, survive. Okay, interesting. I mean, it looks... The art, I would like the art to be a little bit more defined. A little bit less placeholder, but it looks cool. Could be cool. I don't know what it is, actually. I think it looks like a management game. Oh. What the hell? How many different partners has this chick got? Horror 2D game. Here's a question for you guys. I haven't answered any questions. Wow, this looks pretty cool. Apart from multiple partners. I was gonna say, yeah, there's a question for you, Decarnation. I'm gonna have to check that one maybe. Let's see what that's saying.
Thank you very
How
much
many
for
of you
sticking
guys
with
have been
us, everyone.
scared
We
by
hope you
games
enjoy
that
the
are
rest
like
of the show.
2D style like that? Because I'm thinking that it's because, I don't know, it'd be difficult in a way, somewhat, apart from jump scares with good sound. But it's not like exactly the same as being
You
like
just
in
saw why you
VR
were
and like
exactly
Resident
right to
7
be
or
afraid
something.
of the ocean in Abyssals. And you confronted your inner demons in the retro dream horror of Decarnation. Next up, how do you rebuild a city in a world set after the collapse of civilization? Let's find out how by taking a look at I Am Future from Tiny Build.
I Am Future. Not a world premiere though. I haven't been able to say much world premiere, have I? In this particular thing compared to the Xbox one. The Xbox, there was loads of world premiere. There's a worm chilling on the left there. I'm probably blocking it with my beautiful head. Uh-oh. Dude!
Warning. Hibernation aborted. Your total hibernation time was 6 years, 6 months, 5 days.
Whoa. Oh, it's cucumbers. Sebastian swung with his eyes.
Your new home.
Looks a bit overrun.
I have no idea where the hell I am. But damn, this place
They
is
showed this game already. Didn't they? Well, it would have said world premiere if it hadn't been shown already. I think I remember the arm. He's got the kind of Ash arm thing going on. Why does it feel like a mobile game? Mind you, this is not gameplay, is it? It's just video. I knew they couldn't kill the worm. Wow, they done the bird dirty there.
Our forefathers conquered Calderia and bestowed.
I mean, that was the game I've seen already. That game, previous one.
To share or spar over.
Our great houses seek to obtain the Emperor's favor, cultivating our lands and subjects.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. At the moment,
beginning with ourselves,
PC gaming show at the moment. I don't know what I was expecting.
Through strength.
Personally, for me though, I'm like, this is like really underwhelming.
To build your legacy of power.
In an average kind of way. I don't know, like. You know what this needs? This needs like an announcement from like Valve or something. Like, it needs like a Half-Life 3 announcement or something. I don't know. This is kind of like,
They do move in herds.
I could be eating my dinner right now.
That was so much. The thought process is simple. God creates dinosaurs, God destroys dinosaurs, man destroys God. Man creates video games to play with dinosaurs. But just be warned that one of these trailers might come as a bit of a shock to the system.
God almighty, I doubt it somehow. It's DLC, innit? So anyone else played this? Is it like better than the first one? Jurassic World 2, whatever it's called, this one? Is it better than the first one? And are you excited for the DLC? Jurassic World Evolution, I was close. Also, is the new Jurassic Park movie any good? Let me know in the comments. I think I might watch a movie today with my Chinese.
PC gamer.
And just stream about Starfield. Actually, no, I've got to play some Quarry.
For their own entertainment.
This feels like System Shock.
Disgusts me.
This is the first thing that's exciting me if it's got a day. I've got to finish the classic one though.
Creatures and weep at its magnificence. It is a beautiful day on Citadel Station.
If it's got like a release date or something. I've watched very few footage of this though. So I don't know how much this is going to be new or old to you guys. But
look at you, hacker.
This is cool.
A pathetic creature.
Never actually watched anything there.
How can you challenge
wow.
perfect immortal
Shodan sounds like a piece of work.
You are nothing.
Oh, this looks good though.
I create.
Is it Night Dive in it?
I fuse flesh and
I don't want to confuse studios around. I'm just gonna kind of like. I also got to finish. If they have a release date, that would be a big deal because there's not been any release date yet. Oh gosh. Imagine if it's like today. I've already pre-ordered this. Even though it's like no pre-order bonuses. That's how much in Night Dive we trust.
These are my avenging angels, and they
wow, that was a blow mind. This is the music that plays when I'm taking a dump.
What an incredible,
no release date though.
And frankly, horrifying trailer. Developed by Night Dive Studio, System Shock is the return of a beloved acclaimed sci-fi saga. Today, to take us even further inside the world of System Shock, I am thrilled to welcome the one and only Warren Spector. Thanks so much for joining us, Warren.
Hey, thanks for having me. It's going to be fun.
In terms of trying to translate the experience of the game from 1994, 3 decades later to now,
part of the show
what doesn't carry over well?
With the first thing is the graphics, obviously. We did the best we could, but it was pretty primitive back then. And the other one is the user interface. if you look at when the game opened, the original, a help screen that came up, and it filled the
enhanced edition is better. But my
it's
word,
just insane. I don't know how the guys at Night Dive did it. It's amazing. But frankly, as I think back on it, the game actually holds up pretty well. I'm excited to see it come back.
Just wondering if you think many modern gamers are aware of the impact that System Shock has had in terms of gameplay systems, in terms of narrative structure, on so many games that came after it.
I'm not sure people see the influence, which is a little unfortunate.
Yeah.
But I think the rest of the world is going to get the chance now to experience it, and I think they'll see not just that they're having fun playing this game, but also see that other games followed in its footsteps.
Nowadays, we walk around with computers in our pockets. We're worried about the evil of algorithms. How do you think about a character like Shodan in 2022?
Shodan seems far too close to reality to me right now. And let's just hope that she doesn't show up as nasty a form as she did back in 1994.
Well, Warren, I wanted to thank you so much for joining us. And I want to let you know I cannot wait to return back to that world I played and enjoyed so much as a kid. Cheers.
Yeah, I can't wait to return to that world. I forgot
right?
Basically, fans know way more about the game than I do now, so it'll be a new experience for me too.
Thank you so much again, Warren Spector, for joining us to talk
call Warren
all
Spector
things
the Spectre?
System Shock.
I'm
I
calling him
personally
the
can't
Spectre.
wait for the game to come out, though.
That's added
it
some
might
class
completely
to
ruin
it,
my sleep
this show.
schedule, but before I spiral further,
But there's no
here are
release
some more
date still.
games to cram into your eyeballs.
So, you know.
Since the first pioneers changed the
That's like the best
aspects
part.
of our world, every generation has upheld the solemn promise of our
Oh, it says the forge deep inside Titan
that the
controlled
rise
space
of
battle.
Titan would forever be without misery or bloodshed.
This is really chugging. I'm about to say the frame rate's dropping all over the place on this
But a lasting unity of
particular
reason and justice.
video. The frame rate's all over the
See a
show.
war under any
This
pretext
not. This
bring
can't be a
ruin
No
to the
Man's
great
Sky.
works of mankind. Any victory achieved
No, he would have said that.
deepest expression of human unreason.
Everything you
would be
said
as
looks an impressive scene.
devastating as defeat. We have but a singular purpose: to establish peace and security for all mankind.
The war between Mars and Titan devastated our solar system. Lead the survivors to
Fallen
Demerant,
Frontier.
where you
Sci-fi
will
RTS,
continue
okay.
Fallen Frontier's storyline campaign in orbit of an alien star.
It's a good name. Star Fox Studio. Oh, there's no gameplay of that previous game? Oh, dude. I want to see gameplay. This one we've seen already, isn't it? Is this Rogue Company? Yeah, Rogue Company. Rogue Company ad. Where it looks all cool and then you go in the game, it's nothing like that. Don't smoke, by the way, guys. That's how I tip as well. One too many trailer ad things that we've seen already in other shows. I think they did a good job getting Spectre in there to talk about System Shock remake that's coming up. But our release date would have been even better with it. 'Cause I'm pretty sure that I don't know how much that trailer was even new. Yeah, I'm not sure about this show. Oh, sorry, I thought this was I've seen it before already. I thought it was Rogue Company, but I did see that trailer before. But it's no gameplay, so it's kind of like who cares.
Replenish your potions, and most importantly,
Tell me it's finished.
keep letting us know what games you're excited about.
How long is this? Not an hour and a half, is it? I want to eat.
Personally, I can't wait to play the altars. Ah, good. Now that we're all rested up,
Well, you don't know what it
feeling
is yet,
good,
though.
It's time to enjoy a slice of
All I
that
can do is
lovely
System Shock.
cyberpunk life, courtesy of Nivalis, and experience the
Oh, I thought it
investigative
was
horror
something for Cyberpunk.
of
That'd have been dope,
immortality.
like
The
something new.
latest from the mind of Sam Barlow.
Sam Barlow. Oh, anyway. World premiere. Finally. Is that the third one?
I believe we have a short
Half
clip.
her
Do you wanna
made.
tell us what we're about
Oh
to
no,
see?
it's a Tribeca thing. Oh, we've seen this already. Match cut your own path into mystery. This isn't a world premiere. This is not a world premiere. What are they talking about? This was on one of the shows already. I think it was the Gorilla Collective or something. It's the same thing. Oh, dude. It sucks to be the thing that follows after Starfield. It's a real downer, man. It's ruining my high, man. It's bringing me down, man. Oh, I'm gonna go toilet. This is the same thing. I mean, enough. This is the same shit. This is exactly the same. I'm sure there'll be something new afterwards, but I think I'm gonna eat. I don't know. How long has this got left? I'm gonna get a chocolate biscuit or something. They stop showing the same stuff that they showed in other shows already and saying it's world premieres. This is not a world premiere. This is the same. I'm getting a biscuit. I've had enough. No.
We can take a break. You should take a break. No, we can go.
Hey, boss. Time to wake up. We got customers waiting. What do you mean you don't know where to start? Let's clean this place up. Move some chairs and tables around. We can make this place shine again. If the weather gets bad, we can grow some veg in the greenhouse. Once we start making real money, well, then you can rent that fancy new apartment in Midtown. So make friends, make enemies. Give customers a route, just turn on the old charm. Or water down their drinks. I'm not your conscience. This is a world to explore, to make stories, your stories. You ever look up at the clouds and wonder what's up there? Well, if you dream big enough, maybe you'll find out. Maybe we all will. Welcome to Nivalis.
Hi, I'm Marco.
And I'm Roman.
At Ironlands, we are big fans of cyberpunk fiction and
I end up missing anything.
But we have our own ideas of what
This
a
ain't the same
cyberpunk
game.
world can be. This is a game in which you manage your restaurant, bar,
Seen
or
too much of the
nightclub,
same games,
take
dude.
care of your staff, make deals, farm, and experience the stories of the people you meet.
Or maybe you just want to take the day off and go fishing at the docks instead. Nivalis primarily uses voxel art for the environments. We spend lots of time creating a unique atmosphere with high levels of detail and dynamic elements.
We are excited about the cyberpunk world we're making, and we can't wait to see the choices you'll make and how you'll choose to live your life when you come visit us in Nivalis. You can wishlist Nivalis now on Steam and the Epic Game Store.
Mana is the gaming rewards
no,
debit
not this
card
shit
that puts
again.
the power your next time you play. Pay with
Get ready to overclock your eyeballs, because this next trailer is coming in hotter than my computer with 3 Chrome tabs open.
3 Chrome tabs, that must be a potato PC's got right there then. I guess that was the point though. World premiere. Where's the world premiere voice guy gone? What's he doing in his life now? Necrosoft, you know. Wow. This is meant to be the Persona life? But I don't know, if I see it, it looks more like a... It's something else I've got in mind, but I'm not going to say it. I don't want to get in trouble. There is some kind of Persona elements actually. Yeah, I can see it. I can see it a little bit. Oh, I'm blocking the faces, sorry. There you go. Why does it feel like it would be something that would have been on the Wholesome Direct show though, at the same time? Could be wrong. I feel like symmetry in the morning now. Find a Yakuza. Photographic evidence, time passes. It's interesting. Just not sure about the characters. I mean, it's definitely worse the games to be inspired by than Persona, I'll tell you that now. Whoa. Interesting. I'm pretty sure as well, if you go on like Steam, guys, you'll be able to put all of these games in your wish list as well. Demon School, jeez. We'll have a look and see what's going on. We'll look at some of the tags saying about it.
You just saw Demon School from Welsh developer Isbrid Games, and now it's time to take a bit of a spooky transition. If you're at home, turn on all the lights in the room. Make sure the salt circle is unbroken, and check to see that your door is properly painted with sacrificial lamb's blood, because things are about to get certifiably terrifying. Let's look at the H.R. Giger-inspired biopunk horror, Scorn.
Oh yeah, I saw this earlier as well. Maybe we'll see more. It better not be the same thing again.
A grisly nightmare of macabre perception. Greetings. I'm your host, Doug Bradley, and I invite you to join me as we explore Scorn's mesmerizing labyrinth of odd forms and somber
It's definitely Geiger, as I said in the Xbox One. Yeah, it was the Xbox One they showed this one already.
In the middle of a desolate
I'm not sure if this is new.
Filled with biomechanical contraptions.
I don't think it is.
Part flesh, part machine.
Lots of things poke you without consent.
Now
What's the joke?
lying in decay and ruin. A hidden fauna sleeps within the underbelly of the world, wanting nothing more than to be left.
Why does this look like this would be something that would be banned on Twitch?
Scorn has been carefully crafted with great attention to detail. Everything is focused on building a specific atmosphere. From a unique organic ecosystem to an unsettling soundscape
lots of guts
created by Ethek and Lustmore.
It's a guts game.
Scorn
guts and like
has no
willy looking like things.
So most
no
of
dialogue.
The storytelling comes from the environment. Discovering the ever-present symbiotic relationships.
I don't think this guy was in the Xbox trailer.
Connected equips you with the tools to progress. While there is shooting within the game, Scorn is not a shooter. Every encounter must be carefully considered. A wrong choice could be deadly.
Would it have been better as a shooter? I guess it's an adventure thing in it though. That's cool though. That's fine. This was a little bit more than the Xbox One, I suppose. So I'm intrigued by this one.
The team at
It's lots of guts and like willies and stuff, so it's like scary.
The secrets of this unique world as you experience Scorn firsthand this October. Are you prepared to unravel your inner self within Scorn's world of horror?
World of horror. I like it. That one's interesting.
Now, while I've been delightedly playing Dune Spice Wars, harvesting melange, and trying to figure out how to pronounce Quisatz Haderach, it doesn't matter, I'm equally ready to turn hordes of Tyranids into a Jackson Pollock painting in Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2. In this brutal third-person shooter, you once again step into the oversized power armor of Titus, an elite Primaris Space Marine in a galaxy immersed in a never-ending war. To take us further inside the grimdark, I am joined by Tim Willits and Oliver Hollis, the creative director, on Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2. First of all, thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, thank you. Thanks for having us.
Good to be here.
Now, Tim, I want to start with you. You previously worked at id Software on Doom. How would you say the Space Marine compares to Doom Guy?
That is a good question. I bet many people did not know that the original Doom Guy was actually a Space Marine, inspired by an even older Space Marine, which is the Warhammer 40,000 Space Marines. So, it's really exciting for me
that's kind
to
of a
work
cool knowledge thing there.
And Space Marine 2, because it's a great
cool,
franchise,
lore,
and I know that
and what do they call it? Easter egg?
So many other video games throughout
I can
the
see the
last
connection between those two
30
things.
years.
Oh, absolutely. And there's so much lore to sift through. And I think this brings us to talk a little bit about the new Space Marine that you're going to get to play, a Primaris Space Marine. Oliver, talk to us a little bit about Captain Titus and what makes this class of Space Marine different from the others in the universe.
So the Space Marine is a brainchild of the Emperor, the kind of leader of this of humanity in the grim dark future. He saw the dangers that the universe presented, and he created
Luthor. I think they showed some of that and it looked very cool.
And each of these different
it's a game where people with the sheets on their head, isn't it? You're trying to get out of your yard.
Traits of the Emperor. But what makes the Primaris
more Persona games could be coming to consoles. I think that's almost definite.
The Emperor's kind of chief scientist.
Persona games do so well.
Did some digging in
There'll be more.
Data and found a way
and I'm happy about it.
Enhance the qualities that a Space Marine has by installing new devices,
new
kind of
treatment
bioimplants in their body.
Injuries,
so now these guys are 2.5 meter tall monsters capable of destroying.
They showed some of this already. So forgive me for
the 1,000 times I've rewatched the Astartes animation.
Kind of like looking at other
it's
things.
so exciting. It's so exciting that we now get to
be
in that position to play that kind of character. And in the trailer, we saw a lot of Tyranids. Are they the main enemy that you're going to be against? And if so, what makes them such a compelling foe?
Xbox and Bethesda shows case GoldenEye 007 launch. I didn't see that in there.
Compelling is that they are
Indiana Jones. That wasn't in there.
Locust-like creatures. They've come in from goodness knows where.
What are you talking about?
They spread like wildfire. They devour everything in their path, and they leave nothing in their wake.
Where did they show
so one of the great
Indiana
things
Jones
about
and the
Tyranids
GoldenEye
come in the thousands. And our proprietary engine, the Saber Swarm engine,
well, we see Golden. This is before it happened.
Deliver these epic
now
battles.
That happened.
Now we will have
that happened, guys.
Of Tyranids,
spoiler alert.
And you will rip and tear through them all.
I mean, that is so thrilling because this is the sort of thing
Diablo 3 looked cool from a
couldn't even hope to do.
Stuck with mobile stuff kind of way. They said there's going to be only cosmetic purchases in there. I mean, it might be cool. It's just, I just wish there was a little bit more depth to those action hack and slash RPGs sometimes. Which development-wise, I would love to do something different in that space.
Along with some really cool over-the-top weapons. So we looked at the original Space Marine game where it had a lot of this push forward combat, which has inspired many other video games, but that never stop, never take cover combat is integral to Space Marine 2, along with these really cool, powerful weapons. So you're either tearing up enemies in front of you, or you're blowing them away from the back of the battlefield. It's
omnidirectional treadmills boost VR immersion. You know they should do in this show, PC show. They should do like I mean, maybe it will happen. I don't know how freaking long this thing is at the moment. It's kind of dragging a little bit, somewhat, unfortunately.
Right at the beginning of the project,
they should have some VR stuff.
The Warhammer Museum,
I would love to see some Oculus.
Experience.
Oh, sorry, it's not called Oculus. I mean Meta stuff. I would love to see some like new hardware that makes the gaming more immersive. Maybe like a vibrating keyboard. You know, I like vibrating things in my lap. And I would love like a big blow-up announcement.
And something that Tim and I said at that moment
not really there at the
was, we need
moment.
to make this come
Not
alive.
really.
I don't want to look at this. I want to be inside this. I want to be gunning down Tyranids by the thousands. And so seeing that actually happen and come alive has been thrilling.
Am I going to feel like the characters in the Astartes animation? Because if so, then I'm buying the game immediately.
Even more so, when you're wielding one of those massive weapons and you're faced with 1,000 Tyranids who all want to eat you alive, and you're just letting rip, and you can see shell casings bursting out of these massive weapons one after another. The sound, the gameplay, the way it feels is all designed to make you feel like the most powerful warrior in the universe.
Well, perfect. That answers everything. Thank you so much, Tim and Oliver from Saber Interactive for joining us. I can't wait. Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2 comes to PC, PS5, Xbox Series X, and
everywhere,
S
basically.
Now, next, we have a few more surprises for you up the sleeves of our proverbial power
Have you
armor.
got some surprises?
First, Replicant D6's homage to the golden days, or should I say, golden
above
eyes
average to
of
average
90s
show.
console shooters, and an atmospheric sci-fi adventure on the Red Planet.
I wonder if you never saw any other shows and just saw this, you'd be impressed.
Take a look.
Because that it's so much. We saw this in the other show already. Oh, I love those PlayStation 1 faces right there, though. And GoldenEye looking faces in that. It's a pretty cool looking game. I don't know if I saw this before or not. I don't think I have. But it's very much old school style PlayStation 1 N64 looking game. Very cool. The days when our faces were just shoved on top of models and our mouths didn't move, just like real life. And just speaking like this and your mouth would just not be moving, you know, like our real life. Making sure you're on campaigns. There you got mod types. I like guns, like accuracy is good. How comes this one didn't get the world premiere? Agent 64. See, this is influenced by GoldenEye, Nintendo 64 now, I'm telling you. Oh look, see, look. Demos available. Okay, that one's gonna go in the wish list, I think. I like the look of that. That looks fun. Let's risen things up a bit. Alpha
Ryan.
game footage. Don't expect too much here.
This is Kathy. Can you hear me? Please come in.
Isn't that one that was just lots of chat and just moving around? Was it?
Only one objective. Bring the arcs
Oh,
and
that
the
was in this show, wasn't it?
technology back
So
to
it can't be the same game again. That wasn't in the Xbox show.
Here we
That
go,
was in this
Alpha
show.
Team.
This is different.
The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step.
I need to know.
One
That when we
small
get there,
step for womankind.
you'll
One
make
giant
the right
step
decisions.
for
We can do this.
mankind. This looks kind of cool. This looks kind of cool. How's this an
What do you
alpha?
expect to find on Mars?
She's got a good face as well. Wait there, is this based on Deliver Us the Moon, but it's now Deliver Us Mars? Or is that just a coincidence? I can't tell if it's the same studio or what have you. Someone tell me in the comments. That looked kind of cool.
Hi, my name's Elise Chappell, and I play Kathy
You're the face.
Johansson in the out-of-this-world sci-fi epic
You're the
Deliver Us
face of the
Mars.
game.
Join Kathy and the crew of the Zephyr on an unmissable adventure
Representing.
as they journey to the Red Planet
Sounds
to
as
recover
English as me.
technology vital to the survival of Earth and humankind. Deliver Us Mars is set to land on September 27th and is available to pre-order now on PlayStation, Xbox, Steam, and the Epic Games Store.
She's probably never heard of any of those.
Stay a while.
It's interesting, is it's September, but it's an alpha.
To this
Is that
list
Rorian?
of games
Or not
still to
Rorian?
come,
I
the
don't
team
know.
behind Half-Life Alyx Levitation will put their mod where their mouth is, and then it's paradox time.
Looks
Not
like
as
we need
in
to
us
calm down
creating
the
an actual
exposure
time
again.
paradox. We're going to show you the latest from Victoria 3. Plus, you can literally scare your entire butt off with the creeping
Was that the
horror
wrong
of
character?
Gleewood. All this and more in just
And
a
how long
minute.
is this
But
show,
first,
dude?
A final
Oh
pop
no,
quiz for all you valid
no,
visit
we're not doing that.
The highly
We're not doing that.
Up next,
Not
we're
while
going
I've
to
got
take a look at
minutes
Stormgate,
behind.
the highly anticipated real-time strategy game from Frost Giant. Then our resident RTS addict is going to sit down with some of the game developers to ask the hard-hitting questions like,
Wonder if the
when can
Capcom
we
one's gonna
play
be
this
popping.
already?
I don't really want to manage the compensation like that. It should be doing it for me. What the heck? Elgato Facecam. From the former developers of StarCraft 2 and Warcraft. Toi. Or is it?
2 years ago, our team assembled with a shared vision to build a brand new real-time strategy game. Together, we've been fortunate to
I like
work
that
on some
logo
of
on
the
it.
greatest RTS games of all time, and now we have a chance to do it again by creating the next evolution of that legacy. Today, we are so excited to share a first
Real-time
glimpse of
strategy
Stormgate,
returns.
an exclusive sneak peek into the universe and game that we've been creating for you.
Has there not been? There's not been a lot of real-time
Stormgate
strategy
takes
games, is
place
there?
in
Like,
an all-new post-apocalyptic setting.
It's mostly
where science
turn-based,
fiction
no?
and fantasy collide. Our story begins hundreds of years in Earth's future, following the near extinction of humanity.
I think they
This great
showed this
calamity was
before
caused
somewhere
by
else,
the
but
infernal host, a playable
maybe not
alien race of demonic invaders
as
that are
deep as
hell-bent
this.
on claiming this planet
Gosh,
as
I didn't
their
expect this to
own.
be 2 hours though.
With our story, we are creating an ever-expanding game
8:30.
universe, told through an ongoing series of campaign missions that you can play solo or cooperatively.
Yeah, it's only 2
New
hours.
chapters will come out regularly, along with new units,
I haven't
maps,
streamed in a
modes,
long
and
time, so
plenty of other
recording straight
surprises.
for near
In
2 hours
addition
is
to
pushing
campaign
it.
missions, we're building a world-class competitive experience with
Esports, huh?
grassroots and professional tournaments accessible from directly within the game. There will be different leagues suitable for all levels of experience.
So there'll be a
In our
noob league
new
as well. then.
three-player co-op versus AI mode, you'll level up your heroes, collect rewards, and customize your forces to open up new styles of gameplay and long-term variety.
See what we'll do, guys. That's what we'll do.
Stormgate will be
this.
free to play, but not
Uh-oh.
pay to win, and there will be
Uh-oh.
no NFTs.
I'm still
Beta testing starts next year, and you
I'm
can sign
not
up
interested, there's
now
no
to
NFTs.
reserve your place
Nah.
in line at
Nah, thanks. Rubbish.
playstormgate.com.
You might happen to know that I'm a huge fan of real-time strategy games. StarCraft is my favorite game. I've played it for 25 years. I still play it, and that's why I am so thrilled today to be talking to Frost Giant Studios. They're a group of amazing developers who have worked on literally my favorite games of all time. Cool. And we're here to talk about their brand new, free-to-play, real-time strategy game set
it is dark
in a
enough for green screen. I just didn't want to close my windows. Beautiful day.
And here to talk about it is the CEO and production director at Frost Giant, Tim Morton. Thanks for joining us, Tim.
Thank you so much for having me here.
I want to know about the world. I want to know about the game.
Isn't it funny seeing people without masks
what is
and
Stormgate?
people standing within 6 feet of each other?
First game as a new studio, and it
There's
is
really
classic real-time strategy, but designed to be.
I'm always worried
more
when things are
social.
free to play. Though I'm not gonna lie.
In a universe that ties everything together, but provide different kinds of experiences for players who like different kinds of gameplay. So we've got cooperative campaign mode.
No, there's no
also
gameplay.
Play open-ended co-op.
Just talking.
But if you're somebody
this is
who
coming
really
out and when like
enjoys
2024.
We've got 1 versus 1 high skill competitive.
Pre-alpha, yes, it's really early. It's going to come out like 2024.
Different ways to play in some ways, but they're also.
I hope the art style is going to be different. I don't like the art style for this for some reason.
So you really
it looks like Fortnite
get
or
a
something.
sense for how to.
Fortnite if it wasn't RTS, I'm not feeling
a little
that.
bit about that core gameplay, because obviously in all these modes you're going to be collecting money, building bases, building units, and so on. And I know that for you, the game
got good background music, though.
really good and really smooth to play is super
This is good
important.
YouTube
now,
background music.
I come from a time where if the pathfinding is bad, we call that high skill opportunity. But I mean, how do you think about getting the controls, the motions, just the feel of the game to feel good in 2022?
Yeah, it's interesting that RTS is one of the only genres I can think of where you have to have hundreds, even thousands of units synchronized over the network and responsive in a way that high skill, like pro esports players feel good about playing the game. That's not easy.
When you go to play a casual game online, you get like a pro esports jock
off the shelf that does that
coming in and destroying it for you, min-maxing and building all their bases in 2 seconds
benefit of our
without the help of
chief
cheats.
Dan Holt, who did that work previously on StarCraft 2. So we've put a lot of effort into that for sure.
And this is going to be one of the first major RTSs people are aware of that is on Unreal Engine 5. What is it like working in this next generation engine?
It's pretty incredible how far things have come from.
Yeah, Unreal Engine 5, I've messed around with it and stuff and done some tutorials and stuff. It's pretty
so
cool.
many ways by
You gotta be careful with that nanite though.
So we're very excited.
That nanite will leave you with a game that's like 121 gigabytes when it's literally like a tutorial.
But even that first cinematic that we debuted, like that's done in Unreal. So the high quality graphics that you're seeing are actually coming from Unreal as an engine.
So you've talked a little bit about, for new players, making the game feel a little more approachable, a little bit more streamlined, but obviously, StarCraft, real-time strategy, has this astonishingly long history as a competitive game, as an esport. And I'm curious, how is your team going to approach that?
So a lot of the emphasis around our thinking has been focused on what are things that we can add, especially around the game.
I wish there was a little bit more gameplay.
One of those things is more seamless integration with esports. I mean, being able to sign up, participate in tournaments directly from the client in a way that gives players.
Obviously this isn't live.
Top
so I was wondering like if they've got the stream.
There's still an opportunity to be the best on your block.
Why Valve? Why would you call
we want to facilitate
your handheld gaming system the same name as this? Why would you do that?
So, of course, in the history of RTS games, a really important component of them have
Steam Deck. I'm wondering if that Steam Deck's going to run out of batteries in between, but it's not live, so the job won't work.
Custom mode. Does Stormgate have modding? How are you thinking about the modding community?
A number of members of the Frost Giant team actually came out of the modding community. The team as a whole is very passionate about it. From the outset, we started out applying resources to build a custom editor. I think there's a lot of opportunity to make improvements to the editing experience for RTS. Wow. We are also working on the infrastructure for people to be able to share their mods with each other.
Really
so
moddable.
It's really core to us
Do people
as a team
mod StarCraft 2
modding, and we're absolutely working on it.
And of course, we have to end with my favorite question of all. When can we play the game and how do we play it, Tim?
So we are going to start our beta in 2023. We already have a site stood up at playstormgate.com to be able to register for the beta. We have a lot of active discussion topics on our subreddit as well, so there's an opportunity to participate.
I think you should always promote your website rather than
Tim,
the
thank
game.
you so much for joining us
So it should be like ghostgiant.com.
We just got a chance to talk about Stormgate, the upcoming free-to-play
RTS
Either
from
that's that
Frostgiant
and
Studios.
slash.
I'm personally super
Oh,
pumped to play it.
that's the
And be
right
sure
name,
to check it
Frostgiant.
out
Yeah, Frostgiant
and
Studio.
playstormgate.com.
That Frostgate.com,
Tim, I'm gonna
and
do a
then
transition
slash
to the next game. Are you
whatever the
ready?
game's name or
It's
just
gonna be good.
the
Watch
name of
this,
your
it's gonna be
site.
so
Because
sick.
when you're doing
Next,
other
we're
games,
gonna
then people
show
got the
you
actual main name.
Laysara, Summit
Whereas Play
Kingdom from Quite OK Games.
Stormgate is
Now,
a
as
throwaway
someone who
once
has
that
spent
game's
admittedly
like
an
done or
advisable
dead.
amount of time playing strategy games of all sorts, this looks incredibly up my alley. And it looks a lot safer than my last attempt to create society in the mountains.
gameplay.
2 words, Tim, yodeling accident. Let's check it out.
Yodeling excellent. We want to hear more of this. Oh gosh. Rip that place. Laysara Summit Kingdom. Oh, Bollywood type. You know what it looks like? It looks like Far Cry 4 if it was a kind of organization simulation. I always like looking at these things even though I don't necessarily always play them. But they always look cool to see the little buildings and a little community going. So you're building a whole community on the mountain. So yeah, it makes sense because it's in the same sort of setting as like Far Cry 4, right? It's a weird connection, but you know, I mean, if you can see it, it's like India kind of stuff, or that side of the world. I haven't seen this one before. I don't think. Looks like it's multiplayer. Got base building, okay. Cooking. Customization, NFT stuff. Fighting, obviously. There's some starter there, but it's not major. You can turn into pigeons, which is always useful. Looks like an MMO type thing or something, like a Frozen Flame. Looks like a V Rising almost, kind of.
That was Frozen Flame, an open-world survival RPG from Dreamside Interactive, where you'll embark on a fantasy adventure in a world reshaped by a magical calamity. A cursed land full of environmental hazards and
this
massive
is why I'll be playing like System Shocks or whatever, because
the kind of place you'd want
you
to
don't
build
need any
a
friends to play with Showdown.
But instead, you'll be raising fortresses and
You can
trying to
play all
tame the
by
world, eventually
yourself.
growing tough enough to tackle the
And you won't be
citadel
judged
that
for it.
looms over everything and break the curse. Or you'll end up in the belly of a monster. Still kind of cozy. The demo for
at least
Frozen
it's warm
Flame
in
was
there.
released just before the show,
I
so
did tell
you
these guys
can
to leave
jump
the
in
jokes
or
to me,
grab
didn't
some
I?
co-op buddies and see how long you can survive for right now. And keep an eye out for the early access launch later this year.
Also, why is there a ninja sword in the background of that garage? Has anyone noticed that the ninja sword in the back of the world premiere? Was it world premiere?
If you could listen
Oh no,
to the
it's
noise
like a
of
hardcore
history,
database game.
then you would hear by the sounds of the Victorian age that the world changed forever. The roar of the engines, the bangs from new factories, and the cries in the streets calling out for revolution.
Man, there's probably about
In
20 minutes left.
Victoria 3, we
It's a
simulate
2-hour bloody
this
show.
era. 100 years starting in 1836 and put you in charge
And about
of a
half
young
of it is stuff
society.
you've already seen. But this is a world premiere at least, so if you're into these kind of games, man,
You will
dude,
meet
you're
the
going to be
people
cacking
back
yourself
then.
right now. And these
High
are typically
low,
PC only,
over
aren't they?
cultures across the globe. They are the
I'd be lying if I said I was a
beating heart of your
Victoria
nation
guy.
and form powerful
I
groups
mean, let's talk about a
with
woman.
needs and desires.
If you said
Listen
Victoria to me,
their
I would assume you're
calls
talking about a
and
woman.
let it influence
Not gonna
reform,
lie.
or turn a deaf ear to protect what is
If you said, hey,
proven
integer, you want to play
and
some
stable.
Victoria 3?
Your
I'd be like,
politics
I don't
will
live like that,
decide
bro. That
where
sounds
you want
kind of
to go.
perverted.
But your
And you need to ask first before you do such a thing, and then you'd be like, no, I'm talking about a game. I'd be like,
Taxes,
oh.
production, trade, and construction.
Yeah.
Play these cards right, and you can harness the Industrial Revolution to turn your cities
That looks
into
cool, though.
titans.
That looks
This
cool.
is the engine you will need on the global stage. Use pacts threats and bluffs to secure your place in the sun. Anything done by war can be achieved with diplomacy. But you can decide
it's a database game.
Push comes to shove.
I guess these are like civilization, basically, isn't it?
And over time, the history of your world will be carved into the map. What will your society?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really the market for this, but it's cool if you are excited about this kind of game. This is a dope announcement thing. Well, first time to see Victoria 3 coming up
tomorrow.
Grand Tomorrow 2022. Sounds like it's coming up tomorrow when you put it like that. A Grand Tomorrow.
That was the gameplay debut of Victoria 3 from Paradox Interactive, a grand strategy game coming later this year. And let us take this moment to let you know you can wish us Victoria 3 by visiting the PC Gaming Show event page on Steam, where you'll be able to find every game featured in today's show.
There you go.
Type pcgamer.com/wishlist into your browser to be taken straight to
Or
there.
you probably can just go to
and now
Steam.
on with the show.
Steam.com or wherever it is. Store.steam.com. There'll be a link. It's sinking in. I think they showed this game already, didn't they? Somewhere else, I mean. No, maybe not. I don't know. It didn't say world premiere, so probably have. Is this a different game all of a sudden? No. It is different games. Oops. I was gonna get my guitar system non-game, guitar but now.
What you just saw was everything New Blood's got going on for 2022. A Medieval the Black Labyrinth, Ultra Kill Act 2, Faith, Fallen Aces, and a brand new update for Dusk that's bringing all new HD models and weapons that nobody asked for.
Classic shootiness.
So we're doing it anyway.
Melee
now, last year you might have noticed we teased a bunch of games here that we weren't ready to talk about just yet, and we're still not ready to talk about those games. But I want to let you know that yes, we're still working on a top-down shooter. Yes, we're still working on a Fallout-style RPG, my dream game. And yes, we're still working on a car combat game. But we're not ready to talk about those games just yet.
I have to say.
What I want to talk about is Gloomwood. Now, 2 years ago, y'all straight up forgot to show the Gloomwood trailer. Last year, you bumped me so Gabe Newell could talk about a bunch of demos or some shit. This year, PC Gamer, you promised. You promised we would get to show Gloomwood, so I don't want to hear any bullshit. If you're on a Steam Deck ad right now or some shit, I'm gonna...
Steam Deck. Powerful, portable PC game.
PC Gamer, you see this puppy? I will drown this puppy. I will, if you don't let us show Gloomwood, I am going to drown this adorable... I would never do that.
You can't drown Ben.
So yeah, we good?
Bro?
No. Can we show Gloomwood? Are you sure?
Let me see the puppies, okay.
Well, all right. It's about time.
Let me see the puppies, okay, bro. Jeez. Gonna drown Ben. What's wrong with you? Man.
Hello, Doctor.
Well, this looks properly old school.
For us to meet at my estate. No matter. I can guarantee your safe arrival.
I think this wasn't. I think I've seen some of this somewhere before, maybe already. Not this particular. I mean, I've heard of the game somewhere.
Outsiders. Don't delay.
This is like an RPG. Maybe not. Maybe not. It's like a. No, not RPG. What am I saying? It's interesting though. Oh wow. It's got interesting depths. It's like New Blood are making some new cool shit. This is basically what happens when you have like a bunch of guys that play games and they're hitting their like 30s and they're making games. You like start making every game ever that you wanted or used to play as a kid. Thiefwithguns.com. These guys have got panache. They got style. I'll give them that. Thief with Guns. I like it.
There's only one thing I like more than playing New Blood's games.
That was dope.
And that's probably the URLs they make for them. It wouldn't be a PC gaming show without the silliest, most ridiculous website.
If you're gonna do URLs,
I'm delighted to share that next. We have a group of such games that run the gamut from medieval mayhem to an adorable animal.
These guys are the type of guys that you follow in terms of when you want to stand out. They stood out in this show easily. Right, one of the highlights of the show, right there. Bumped it up a notch. World premiere. Right, that's the thing, is there too much of repeats in this show so far, like, and it's freaking long. But like, there's some people bringing it back up. The System Shock thing was very cool with Spectre, the Spectre, and then New Blood is pretty cool, pretty damn cool.
Corrupted what? Why is it always doing this just when I need to showcase the game? Okay, I'm gonna take that.
I'm not gonna hear people talking out of turn in real life.
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
Yes. I'm trying to record and stuff.
The update to System 10.1.1
Yeah, so am I gonna get these uploaded and done till 10 o'clock? After we come out tomorrow, I bet it's gonna be late.
Like this won't ever happen.
Oh, no, nobody's updating me. That's the thing. Nope. Haha, thank you, but we'll pass. Okay, so I do have a backup of the trailer. While I go rummage into the bin for it, please welcome my personal assistant. That will do a great job at pitching the game for you.
What? But what do I say?
Talk about how cool I am in the story and how funny and witty. You know, just talk about me.
Like file, what's this story inside of what? And it's about an OS that doesn't want to update. But maybe it should update, yeah.
Found it. Ah, ladies and gentlemen, the trailer.
It's tiny.
Okay, who had the amazing idea to save the trailer backup in 14.4 pixels? Do we have any ants working for us? What?
Okay.
The survival
this RimWorld.
of thy noble family.
Medieval RimWorld.
On their ability to rule the city.
Medieval RimWorld DLC. They showed the name of the game already.
And to learn. Oh, if only
IRL chopper.
that easy.
Whoa. Red masks are brutal. Annoying when you're in the middle of having sex and a red mask dudes come and kill everyone. And white masks as well, apparently. Wow. While you're sleeping. This game's pretty brutal, isn't it? What is this, Game of Thrones, the video game? But in mobile style. Wow. Right in his face. Norland. Basically the medieval version of RimWorld. Version 3 is here, whatever this is. Paprika's getting her ass kicked. Wow. It's got level 3 superpowers now. That's a dare. That like a finisher? Alpaca's violent, man. This is fairy fighters. Demonic unicorn. Update to balance. I didn't even know this game existed. It's basically, instead of Street Fighter, it's like Dare Fighter. Yeah, herds. It's basically, yeah. You can back with your fouls and your mains. Why not? Why not? And from all that chaos, we now go into a multiplayer rimworldy, pixely Stardew Valley type thing. It was kind of cool actually. This music's very chill. Makes me want to just chill out and do some fishing and think about different things in life. Oh wait, no. Okay, maybe not. People trying to kill us and stuff. Okay, it gets violent. And the music's picking up now. Alright. Cool. Got some bosses, alright. Starfight Valley? I don't know. Core Keeper. Sunken. Oh, this is already out. Oh, oops. It's got an update, okay. A lot of those games look quite similar, it looks nice though.
For Core Keeper, the sandbox survival sim from Fireshine Games and Pugstorm. The Sunken Sea Biome update is available on June 15th for all Core Keeper players. Now we have even more twists and turns and trailers, so press enter to continue. Did you press it?
No, that would pause my recording or something. It's not a good idea. I better not press that. No, I'm not gonna press enter. That would stop the recording or something. No.
Life can be harsh everywhere. But in the old world, there was no hope of it ever improving.
For your Witcher a coin. Sorry,
the
can help
ruling
it.
class would still collect the same share, leaving our children to starve. And if we had any coin to our name, the taxman would appear, demanding it for the crown.
Ooh, that big fat turkey.
The nobles hid behind the safety of their walls.
Where life be
and
like.
did nothing when raiders pillaged the outskirts of the city.
Classic Game of Thrones story.
Some of us decided that it was time to leave. That we'd rather take our chances in the wilderness, seeking the promise of a new land, than starve to death in our homeland.
If that's the only choice.
It wasn't easy. We lost many along the way.
We're probably going to see gameplay of this.
Unsettled land.
This trailer's too long. No gameplay.
As the masters.
Did it say world premiere? I can't even remember. What is these? It is more world premiere and oh, Crate Entertainment. Crate Entertainment's the ones that do Titan Quest, I think. This needs more world premieres and needs more anime. Needs more anime. This is not anime. This is like really dank drawing art style right here. Lika Studio. Lika? Goblin's Publishing, I know. I think I've dealt with them actually. They're good peoples. They're good peoples.
What is below is destined to be understood.
Pretty sure I
Our
got a
life
key from
depends
them
on the
for
whims of the
goblins.
weather. Our life is tied to this earth.
Good voices.
The water we harvest, the plants we grow, the air we filter.
Man, it's the
Any
art
waste
style
would
though.
be fatal to our survival.
We must learn to live in harmony with this world. For too long,
I
we have
don't know
wandered
what this
without
is.
purpose.
It's definitely
From now on, our city will be a source
it's
of
an interesting art style. It's different. Oh, so it's like a city builder. A city builder with like, yeah, it's a city builder with a unique art style. Okay, cool, cool. I'm guessing those voices aren't in it then. It's just for the trailer.
To understand our world, we must explore it.
We must find the tablets. The seeds
I
of
think
knowledge
the
that bind
developers
all
doing
the
the voices
elements
and like
together.
good voices.
To build our survival.
To build our city. To live happily.
Ever after. To live synergy. That's a PC exclusive thing. Does it say? Oh, yeah, it was a world premiere as well. Interesting art.
Welcome to Icarus, Prospector.
That sim looks
We
familiar,
almost lost,
but maybe it's not.
then found a reason to stay. Take it from me. This
Whoa.
place wants you dead.
Why does the voice sound familiar?
We've made progress.
Maybe it's because a lot of trailers have used this voice, kind of
How
voice.
to use Icarus to our
Oh,
advantage.
Icarus, okay. This is out already, and
Our
either
friends
DLC or an
at the
update.
UVA are offering up a slice.
I think it's out already, isn't it? Or was it in early access?
Build and survive.
One thing you have to say about early access, it does kill a little bit of the like new, ness of a release.
You got what it takes.
When I say patch it before it releases with a massive amount of content. Whoa, that's cool. Which should be like a thing with, like, I imagine Baldur's Gate 3 will have like a massive patch before the final release of like new content that's not out there. So that, well, I think it's going to be the last 2 chapters, isn't it? Basically, so you only
In
get
the rich
chapter 1.
tapestry of the PC gaming community, modders are one of the most inspiring
this is the Half-Life
subcultures.
Alex
In
modern
fact,
thing.
some of the most popular genres today
Okay.
started
Yeah.
as PC gaming mods.
I should charge
right
my
now,
phone.
modders Sean FMP1 Snelling and Corey Latto are making something incredibly special in the form of an ambitious mod for Half-Life Alex. It's called Levitation. It's an original 4 to 5 hour campaign that builds on Valve's original VR game, Half-Life Alex. With Alex
Yeah,
searching
it's
for
not-
a pair of
it's
rebels
not
gone
canon, though.
rogue, they've discovered a strange floating building in Sector X and decided to investigate it, against orders, obviously, and now it's your turn. Let's go back to the world of Gordon, G-Man, and Alex with this exclusive gameplay footage.
I still need to do that. I need to finish Half-Life 2 and then play the Alex. Maybe I'll just play Half-Life, finish off Half-Life Chapter 2, I think I'm on. Half-Life Chapter 2, Chapter 2. If I just do that, I can just go straight to VR. Because I was originally going to just play the whole series, but at the end of the day, why do I need to do that when you think about it? Because it's not like I have a fixed install base yet. I could just do what the heck I want. Just play the one I haven't finished. Yeah, I could do that. Why that only occurred to me now? Man, I'm a genius sometimes. So I'm kind of not watching this somewhat because I'm still like, I want to play the Half-Life Alex and I haven't seen much of it. And I kind of want to keep it kind of fresh. But if you like modding a mod that's probably authorized by Valve, it's probably cool. It sounds cool. I like the sounds of it. It looks the part. They do make some fantastic mods, not gonna lie. Sometimes they become full-fledged games as well. But I'm not gonna look too much because I want to keep some of the reactions for Half-Life Alex, which is meant to be like one of the best VR games ever. And fresh in my head here. So I'm just gonna look at my phone nonchalantly and read some of the headlines here and there. With Street Fighter 6, Capcom is finally ahead of the competition. Okay, that's PC Gamer. PC Gamer will approve since this is a PC Gamer event. What else do we have here? Last Worker is a warehouse fulfillment sim at the end of capitalism. That is also PC Gamer, so they'll be happy about that. Can't find anything IGN to make IGN happy as well. Boyfriend Dungeons getting free DLC with 3 new dateable weapons.
Alex, I'm detecting an incredibly
I don't know that
energy
game.
signature
I mean,
up
I
ahead.
know of it, but it sounds weird.
It's probably
Looks kind of
Gordon
weird,
and
yeah.
not anything bad at all.
Pac-Man Museum Plus review, okay. There's a rail strike coming up. Agency staff could cover future disruption. Agency staff get paid dinner. How to use hand tracking with the Oculus.
Okay, so the
That was
plan
4
is
days
to get
ago.
to that control room and get Gordon.
Dozens of American sweet shops on Oxford Street under investigation over alleged tax scam. Sweet shops, tax scams? Doesn't sound too sweet to me. What else we have? Sega announces the Mega Drive Mini 2. It has 50 Genesis and Mega CD games, but no way to expand them. No. I'm just looking occasionally. I wish it's not too longer now because I need to kind of like go toilet and stuff. Maybe I should do that now and go wee. I don't know. How much longer is it though? Is this the last? This should be the last. I think this is the last trailer actually. The last thing.
Getting kind of crowded down here, Russ.
I want to say probably. Is this official? I mean, if it's official, then it's pretty cool. But it's not by Valve. It's a mod, so I don't know how to care about it or not. In that way. But overall, slightly above average show, maybe a 6. for me. But maybe it's more like a 5, I don't know. It's a bit too long. There's too many repeats. I think they should have showed us some hardware and stuff or whatever. That's unique to the PC. Maybe some more VR stuff. Maybe showing us what's next. What's the Nexus in VR and stuff like that. Feels a bit. It feels a bit too much like everything that you can get on your console and every other system, including Stadia and whatever else, that you've already seen on other shows, barring 2 or 3 things. Yeah, this must be the PS2 resistance. Is like one of the longest thingies, isn't it? I don't know how impressive it is or not of what I've seen or not, because I haven't played the Alex game yet, so I don't know how much of it is just Alex stuff and how much of it isn't. Well, we've got some new news things as this refreshed. Starfield, we've finally seen gameplay. Oh yeah, that's IGN. IGN's gonna be happy since we're recording their feed and transformatively talking over it, so that should be good. What else do we have here? Rebel Wilson is all over the thing now because she's come out as a Power Ranger. No, not a Power. Oh, something else. I don't know. Anyway, she lost a lot of weight. Good on her. Pac-Man Museum again. Flintlock flaunts guns, blades, and magic in combat-heavy gameplay trailer. That's push square though, so PC gamer won't be happy about that. What else do we have? Hobby. There's the hobbies to appeal enough to young people. What hobby? Oh, like board game stuff thing and models. Hollow Knight Silksong finally gets a new trailer. That's true as PC gamer. New Strand type game. Which Strandings releases next month? What do you mean Strand type game? It's not like, it's not meant to be like Death Stranding, is it? But with like no graphics, hardly. Why would I want to do that? And last gen versions of Call of Duty. Wait, Activision raises the price for last gen versions of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Wow. Never would have thought that Activision would do something like that. Oh yeah, Team Ninja reveals Overlong Dynasty. I don't know, I wasn't super excited about that one. I don't know. Especially after Stranger of Paradise, jeez. That was a bit memey. E3 2020, Nintendo, we're pretty sure that's not happening. Is it? Nintendo ain't doing no show, are they? I don't think Nintendo's doing a show. I don't think they're doing a show. Did Nintendo do a show already? This is really long, by the way. So I'm gonna... Oh, can I not Alt-Tab? No. Oh, it can.
Well, folks,
No, I
this
can't. It makes it black.
is the end. We've learned a lot today.
I have to be honest.
About ourselves, about computers.
It was a bit long.
About genetically engineered space marines.
It wasn't a great
and
show
with
to me.
so many games on the way, there has truly never been a better time to be part of the PC gaming community.
Over the course of the last 2 hours, we saw games from developers all over the world, and we wanted to thank everyone who tuned in to watch the show. All the developers who shared their work with us, and of course, all of the partners for their help.
Just way too much things that I've seen already in other shows.
Remember to tip your servers.
And
install your firmware updates.
I don't know.
And tell me if you know where to find a 3090 Ti. Tell me immediately. Anywhere you can find one, let me know. And of course, a warm thanks to you
I think
again.
4 Series is about the thing to get in there, isn't it?
Show. It's something I look forward to every year, and we'll join us again. See you next time.
I don't know.
Bye.
There's been better PC gaming shows in the past. This wasn't it. This was pretty...
This is the official PC Gaming Show 2022 pre-show. It's the live show before the pre-recorded show. Go to the start. Make sure you're staying hydrated. Replenish your potions and motion.
That was a terrible
Let's do it again.
show.
This is the first time. But before I spiral further into my concerns, here's more.
I mean, these comments are usually toxic anyway, so
you just saw Demon School from Welsh-developed.
This is not funny. Stop. It's a little bit. It was some moments. Some of it was a bit cringy.
You want perfect? Watch this.
I think they should have left the jokes to me, honestly. I'm gonna be honest with you. And I agree with that guy. Finally ends. It ran too long.
Line.
It's too long.
Accidentally the whole line.
It was too long. It was too much. I saw this already stuff.
So many,
and some of the interviews are too long.
And I hope I didn't get you.
I don't know, dude.
And also, I ate a Snickers, so I want to make sure there's
I'm
no
disappointed.
just chocolate in my teeth. Is there any chocolate in my mouth?
The 5.5 gigahertz Core i9.
I mean, you could use some whitening on it, but I don't know.
Of DDR. I was doing so well.
I think it would have been better if they actually swore, maybe. I don't
Game
know.
reveals to share with you, which would only mean one
Fuck
thing.
if I know.
It's countdown. Time. I have a. This is what
No one's actually crying over no TF2. No one cares
It's not
about.
a heart attack.
No one
It's
cares
just
about
a
Team
burp.
Fortress 2, bro.
All right, I'm going to do the take. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't know.
I could do this. I could do this. I could do this. I could do this.
I'm gonna be interested to see like how some of the other people that are doing this, like Angry Joe show guys, see if what they thought these some of these, and Kokanj and the crew and that, and some other ones. So they thought of this show. Did they cover this show? This shit was long. I gotta upload this. 2 hours of this shit I gotta upload. Man, I'm tired. I'm hungry.
I had no idea.
Yeah, they did cover it. I bet you that. I bet you money. You guys tell me in the comments if I'm wrong. If they thought this was meh. I ain't gonna watch the whole thing. I'm just gonna watch the ending part for that because I can't sit through this again. Oh man, I don't know.
I don't know why.
Someone said so far Sony wins. I think Sony's one was pretty good, 8.5 out of 10. I think Microsoft's one was pretty good as well, 8.5 out of 10. Because Starfield and some other stuff in there was pretty cool. The PC gaming one, I mean the what's that one that won the Modest? Is it Modest Gaming? Wholesome one was probably the worst one. That shit was just from like. That was like Pronoun Central or whatever. I don't know what's going on with that. And then the other one, the Tribeca one, was like basically Hipster Central, or like just people just talking bollocks for like hours. Those were the worst. I probably won't watch a wholesome one ever again. It's just I'm just not the market for it. It's just no, not for me. It's just too pussy. And yeah. But this is up there. It's not bad. It's just average. Because like about over 60% of it was just literally the same stuff you saw other places already. Most of the world premieres were underwhelming. There wasn't that many highlight moments. I'm gonna stop because I just gotta upload this, haven't I? Man, it's a good thing I got fiber. Anyway, guys, let me know what you thought of this show. Among the other shows, and if you're looking forward to anything in this show, maybe you like mods, I don't know. I'm gonna put a bunch of videos that you can choose from on the screen. It should be one to your left, one to your right. Maybe there's a subscriber in the middle or another video selection or playlist in the middle. Pick one of those, share your thoughts below, and thank you for watching this with me. Tomorrow we're gonna be doing the Capcom show, and I'm sure that will be better. Autoplay should be off, by the way, showing my watching habits on YouTube, and that shouldn't be happening.